Why the Lakers' 2026 roster is the most confusing in NBA history. The Los Angeles Lakers just put together a 2026 roster that has scouts, analysts, and even former players staring at depth charts with their heads tilted. Nothing about this team makes simple sense on paper. The lineup mixes aging superstars, raw rookies, score-first guards, defense-first wings, and contracts that look like a math test gone wrong. Some nights this team looks like a championship contender. Other nights it looks like a science experiment. Fans are split, the front office is silent, and the rest of the league is watching to see if Los Angeles is building toward greatness or stumbling toward chaos. But first, here is the question burning through every group chat in basketball. What does the actual 2026 Laker roster look like, and why does it confuse people? Start with the foundation. LeBron James is still on the roster, now in his record-shattering 23rd NBA season. He turned 41 in December and is playing fewer minutes than ever, but still posting numbers that would headline most teams. Anthony Davis is back from injury and locked in as the defensive anchor and second scoring option. From those two names alone, the team has a championship-caliber pair. That part makes sense. What stops making sense is everything around them. The Lakers spent the last 2 off-seasons rotating players, contracts, and roles in a way that has felt more like a casino than a strategy. Veterans signed, veterans traded, rookies drafted. Rookies sent to the G League, then back up. The front office has shifted course at least 3 times since 2024. The result in 2026 is a roster that includes a high-priced point guard expected to score but asked to defend, 2 athletic wings expected to defend but asked to score, a sharpshooter who barely plays, a bruising backup big who barely fits, a young lottery pick eating bench minutes, and a small army of 2-way contracts filling the gaps. The team's net rating swings wildly depending on which lineups are on the floor. Some 5-man units are top 5 in the entire league. Other units would lose to a college team on a bad night. Why does this happen on a franchise as historic as the Lakers? The answer goes back to a specific window in time. When the Lakers won the 2020 championship in the Florida bubble, LeBron was 35 and Anthony Davis was 27. The team was built to win immediately. The cost was that future first-round draft picks were traded away. Those traded picks cut off a normal pipeline for young talent. The Lakers lost the homegrown side of that math for a few seasons. They have had to rebuild the pipeline late, and the rebuild keeps colliding with the win-now demands of 2 superstars whose careers are racing the clock. So which players actually fit together, and which ones do not? Coach J.J. Redick, who took over the Lakers bench in 2024, has been openly experimenting with combinations. Some 5-man groups feature LeBron at point guard, Davis at the 4, and 3 shooters on the wings. Those groups score in bursts. Other groups feature Davis at center, an athletic wing rotation, and a true point guard, which tightens the defense but cools the offense. Redick has reportedly run more than 30 different starting lineup combinations across the season so far. Veterans like Hachimura, Austin Reaves, and Gabe Vincent rotate roles depending on the matchup. Younger players like Dalton, Knecht, and Bronny James, LeBron's son, get scattered minutes that depend more on game flow than fixed rotation. Bronny in particular has become a lightning rod. His draft selection in 2024 was controversial. Some saw it as a basketball move, others saw it as a family deal. Either way, his minutes are watched closer than almost any rookie in the league. What about the trade deadline? Where is this team going next? The Lakers reportedly explored multiple trade scenarios involving star wings, defensive specialists, and even a 3rd star option. None of the rumored deals have closed. Some fell apart because trade partners wanted too many draft picks. Others fell apart because the team's salary cap math left almost no room to maneuver under the new second apron luxury tax rules introduced in 2023. The Lakers, with 2 max-level contracts already on the books, run into those rules constantly. But there is one big question fans cannot stop asking. Is the roster actually bad, or is it just unbalanced? By advanced stats, The Lakers in 2026 are roughly a top 8 team in the Western Conference when fully healthy. They have a positive net rating, solid defensive numbers, and a top 10 offense when LeBron is on the floor. By eye test, they look chaotic, the shooting is streaky. The defense rotates well some nights and loses entire stretches on others. The free throw shooting in fourth quarters has been a problem. The roster confuses because it is built around two stars at very different career stages. Davis is in his prime, LeBron is finishing the most legendary career in NBA history. So what is the final read? Where does this team actually land in the playoff picture? Analysts who track playoff probabilities place the Lakers somewhere between the 5th and 8th seed in the West. The team can make a run if a few specific things click. LeBron has to stay healthy through April, Davis has to stay on the court. Reaves has to keep his scoring jump, Knecht has to develop into a reliable third scoring option. If all of that lines up, the Lakers have a path to the conference finals. If even two of those things crack, the team is a first-round exit waiting to happen. And here is the part most fans miss. This is what the final chapter of LeBron James looks like. It is messy, it is loud, it is unpredictable. The greatest player of his generation is finishing his career while his son sits a few seats down on the bench, while a coach with 2 seasons of head coaching experience experiments game by game, while a salary cap rulebook tightens every move the front office wants to make. The Lakers in 2026 are not confusing because they are bad. They are confusing because the franchise is trying to do something the league has never seen before. Win immediately, build for after, honor the past, all at once. So how does this team actually stack up against the rest of the Western Conference? The Oklahoma City Thunder are still one of the youngest, deepest, and most efficient teams in the league. The Denver Nuggets have Nikola Jokic, who continues to put up numbers that have never been seen at the center position. The Minnesota Timberwolves, built around Anthony Edwards, have become one of the toughest defensive teams in the conference. The Memphis Grizzlies, when healthy, can run with anyone. The Houston Rockets have grown up faster than expected with their young core. Even the Dallas Mavericks, when Luka Doncic is on the floor, can detonate any defense at any time. The West is brutal. The Lakers walk into that gauntlet with a roster that has more questions than answers on most nights. They have the star power, they have the playoff experience. What they do not have is the consistent youth, depth, and identity that the top of the conference has been building for half a decade. The franchise can still scare any opponent on a given night. But scaring opponents is not the same as beating them in a 7-game series. LeBron, at 41, will need to play like he is 31 for a full month. That is a lot to ask of any player who has logged more career minutes than any player in NBA history. Somewhere inside the Lakers locker room tonight, LeBron is icing his knees while his son ties his sneakers a few feet away. The rest of the world cannot agree on what this team is. The two of them already know. If this breakdown gave you the clearest picture of the Lakers yet, hit subscribe so the next NBA video drops straight in your feed. Drop a like to push it to other fans who are tired of hot takes. Share it with the friend who texts you every Lakers loss.